Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are revisiting the Ayesha Curry topic. Some years ago, Kevin Samuels did a show about this very thing, Ayesha Curry needing more attention than Steph. And in the show, he talked about how, um, you know, problematic that was and how to be mindful of that. Now, fast forward a couple years later, it seems like Ayesha Curry is a trending topic once again because of the ways that she's choosing to disrespect her husband, according to the internet. So there's some trending videos going around with comedians and people kind of going in on her behavior, and it brought up this topic of Kevin Samuels' original video a couple years ago. So with that, we're going to go ahead and hear the points that he made in this video, and then we are going to react to the video accordingly. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the show. Buckle your seatbelt.
I need the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You was outside trying to party, I was outside trying to save a soul. Bro said, can we go church in the morning? Praise break, please don't step on my toes. No, please don't step on my toes. Praising the King that sits on the throne. How can I put faith in mankind? I put mine in Christ alone.
Condolences to the Currys. Never marry a woman who thinks she's better than you. All right, guys, I'm just going to get right into this. This one hits home for me because I've seen it so often. I've counseled with guys through divorce care, through Christian ministries, through breakups, through so many things. And I've seen so many guys that have actually married a woman they absolutely adore. But the woman thinks she's better than you. And ultimately, she's jealous of you. Avoid women who think they are better than you because you can never make them happy. And here's the thing, as your success continues to rise, their anger, their resentment, their animosity towards you will continue to rise. So outwardly, people look at you and say, she's so lucky to have this man. He's a multimillionaire, a good family man, all these other things. And all she's sitting there and saying, it should be me. I'm better than him. Especially this really runs deep, especially in women who are failed actresses and failed models. When you meet a woman who is a struggling local actress, struggling local model, attractive, but she just doesn't have that it factor. You can kick it with her, you can date her, you can hang out with her, but do not make any kind of commitment to her. And for God's sake, don't marry her or have any children, because one, she is always going to have in her mind any kind of weight I put on, anything that happens is going to potentially hurt this non-existent career she's dreaming about, this fame that she wants, this thing that she cannot have. And especially if you're like Seth Curry and you actually attained it. He married his high school sweetheart. He was a teenage boy and she was a teenage girl. That 15-year-old boy was ecstatic to have that gorgeous girl because she actually grew into her womanness before he grew into his manness. He has finally grown into his man's body, into his man's mind, and become the man a lot of people saw in him. She's still looking at him as the same little boy who was blowing her kisses and kissing her ass as a teenager. And that's what you saw come out. That's what it is. It wasn't that she wants more attention. It wasn't that she wants more guys on her DM. She married a guy that she thinks she's better than. And honestly, she's jealous of him. She's jealous because I'm sitting at home, pumped out 3 kids, and he's on TV every day. He's getting all the fame. He's getting all the red carpet treatment. He's getting all this. And only time she gets attention is attention that he deflects to her. We wouldn't know about Ayesha Curry if it wasn't for Steph. He tries to put her in the spotlight. He tries to put her front and center. And guess what? If she had what it takes, she'd already be there. And that's what's not being told. If she had anything that should make her a star or put her on that level, she'd be there. Will Smith married Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett had a modicum of success, but she was never nowhere close to being what Will was. Look at what Will tried to do with his son. He kept trying to push his son out there, but his son isn't Will. Well, guess what? Ayesha ain't Steph. Let me tell you what I fear is going to happen. I fear this is what's going to happen. She's going to end up divorcing him. It's going to get to a point to where it is intolerable. She's already made this faux pas. She's already put it out there. It's out in the ether, and she's getting drugged by men. And people are actually looking at her like, what the hell is wrong with you? So she's going to have to pipe down. She's not going to be able to say much about anything, but it is going to tear her apart, tear him apart, because at the end of the day, she thinks she's up here and she thinks he's down here. It is not going to change. She does not view Steph Curry as the NBA All-Star world champion basketball player. She views Steph Curry as this guy that her mom and dad, her parents told her, you need to marry and secure the bag. She didn't want to be there. She would have rather been a struggling actress in Hollywood, trying to get bit parts in commercials, trying to get pickups in TV, trying to be an extra here or trying to get a print commercial or something, while ended up dating whoever. Honestly, she'd have been happier that way. I know too many women like this. Trust me, I've seen this in my life. There are women like her who are above average looking. Let's be honest, she's not that fine. I mean, she's attractive, but she ain't model fine. She's pretty, but she ain't all that. She can't handle it. She's not built for it, but she thinks she is. She can't even handle the overflow traffic she gets from her husband. What the hell makes her think she can handle it in the spotlight? But the problem is she's too close to the sun. She's close enough to where she actually thinks she could do just fine. And the bad thing is she's seen too many women kind of do this kind of thing. Look what Kamora Lee Simmons did. She actually has had a reasonably successful career, but she was a model, a supermodel in somebody's eyes, but a model nonetheless. What has Ayesha Curry done other than been married to Steph Curry? But that's not going to change anything. This is going to nag at her, nag at them until she ends up. Now there's another possible alternative. Steph could try to work behind the scenes with some Hollywood producer, friend, family, and try to work her way and try to get her in Hollywood. But you know what? It'll even be worse because honestly, when she gets up on the screen and it shows that she doesn't have the chops, shows that she doesn't have that it factor, then you have to deal with the fallout of that. When you marry a woman who thinks she's better than you, when you're with somebody who is ultimately going to be jealous of you, who can't play their role, does not like the spotlight being on you, you're signing up for a life of misery. There's going to be this passive aggressive, low level contempt for you because at the end of the day, you're really not what she wanted. You're not what she wanted to do. She wanted something completely else, and she's living a life that somebody else planned for her. And even though it's probably the best thing for her, she thinks she can do better. Till the next time, talk at you.
So there you have it. That was Kevin Samuels giving his take on the woman who feels like she's in competition with you. And I think this is a very valid point. It's probably something that we don't talk about enough. It is true that sometimes some people think that they're better off in the spotlight on their own, and they end up resenting their more successful spouse because of their success. And so now you find yourself in conflict with a woman who maybe doesn't really appreciate your blessings or the blessing that you being in her life has been to her. And now she builds some animosity towards you because of it. And unfortunately, I have to say he's right on this one. The two examples he's used with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, it's clear and evident that Will Smith is the more successful of the two in that couple. So, you can clearly see all the things she does to bring a negative light on his name to make him look bad. She's sleeping with the kid's friend. She's, red table talk and talking about it in a manner that is disrespectful. She's emasculating him. All those things shows the animus that she has towards the man. And in a way, you know, Ayesha Curry has gone online and said things to the effect of, you know, never really wanting to have children and not seeming like she was fulfilled in her calling to be a wife to this man. Now, it is true. I'm not saying that she needs to be defined as just Steph Curry's wife. I'm sure she has her own ambitions and things she wants to do, and rightfully so, she should pursue it. But I don't think it makes sense for her to have to make it seem like it's his fault she hasn't accomplished those things solely because she's his wife. He's great for what he does, which is play basketball and shoot exceptionally well. But she's his wife, and he's built quite the life for her. And, you know, it doesn't always come across as if she's grateful for it. So, yeah, you know, and sometimes, you know, women want attention, but I think the way that she's going about getting attention, it's a way that maybe paints a negative light on Steph. Now, I'm a big Steph Curry fan, and I wish their family well. This is not me trying to rag on that family or that relationship, but it is pointing out these characteristics that any young man or man as a whole should pay attention to. You shouldn't be in competition with a person who's supposed to be on your team. You guys should be working together. It's not who gets more of the spotlight. It's the fact that we as a unit is getting the spotlight. And it's something to pay attention to if you ever find yourself in that place. So I think he was right in saying what he said. And I think the nugget here, the lesson here is to refrain from pairing up with a person who low-key has a disdain for your success. You know, so on both sides of the fence, whether it's male or female. Right? Don't be in a relationship with someone who's in competition with you, who wants to be better than you and who can't celebrate your success and doesn't see it as our success. You know, those are great pointers that I think is something that can be extracted from this clip. That being said, for those of you who's not connected to this show, the Intercourse Show, I ask that you like and subscribe and share the link with others, and you just stay connected and also let your voice be heard. We welcome the feedback, and we thank you for joining us. Until we speak again, put Jesus first. All right. Blessings.